study session. Today is Sunday. I hope you're having a great weekend. Yeah, I know you're probably saying like, "Yo, Jason, man, we need a break. I'm tired. My brain." Never give yourself a break when it's coming to getting closer to your goals. And this is the reason why I wanted to go to this chapter today. Chapter scroll three. I'm sorry, not chapter three. Scroll three compared to. Let me take this off. Sorry, I'm getting messages coming in on the phone, so it's reading through here. And so, remember yesterday we did scroll five, which we're going to go back over again in 2 more days. But now let's go to scroll three and get back in order. I will persist until I succeed. In the Orient, young bulls are tested for the fight arena in a certain manner. Each is brought to the ring and allowed to attack a picador who pricks them with a lance. The bravery of each bull is then rated with care according to the number of times he demonstrates his willingness to charge in spite of the sting of the blade. Henceforth, will I recognize that each day I am tested by life in like manner. If I persist, if I continue to try, if I continue to charge forward, I will succeed. Hey, how you doing, Rato? And then it says, I will persist until I succeed. Now remember, this is coming from The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. And when he's talking about being the greatest salesman, it doesn't mean you have to be actually physically selling stuff. What he's talking about is you have to sell your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, the things that you want in your life to yourself. Most of us are not getting where we want to be in life because we are not selling the dreams and the goals that we have to ourselves. We're expecting other people or outside entities to give it to us. Hey, how you doing, Sarah? How you doing? The great. And so you have to start selling yourself what you want. Whatever goal you have right now, you need to be telling it to yourself every single day when you're waking up. If you're in a stressful situation, start talking about your goals. Just start telling it to yourself. One of the things that I used to do when I was in Panama in Colombia, because the driving was so horrible there, like I would just be sitting there saying my affirmation to myself over and over and over and over again until where I literally get lost in thought thinking about it. So even when you're in a situation that's not ideal, start telling yourself over and over again. Like remember, you will persist until you succeed. And then he says, I was not delivered into this world in defeat, nor does failure course in my veins. I am not a sheep waiting to be prodded by my shepherd. I am a lion, and I refuse to talk, to walk, to sleep with the sheep. I will hear not those who weep and complain, for their disease is contagious. Let them join the sheep. The slaughterhouse of failure is not my destiny. Now, this is so true. People who are naysayers, people who are going to tell you, like, oh, you can't do that, oh, you need this. People who don't believe in your dreams and goals, never share it with them again. You never share another dream or goal with them again. You just be like, oh, okay. You don't listen to them. People are going to always give you a bunch of opinions on why you can't succeed instead of sitting there working with you about, okay, what are some ways that you can succeed? Who has actually done this before you? Nothing is new under this sun. I know we all have this belief we're in different places, different planes of life. Guys, we all live in the same fucking earth. We're on the same planet. Nothing is different. It don't matter if you're Chinese, Indian, black, white, whatever race, ethnicity, culture you can think of on this planet. Nothing is different. Even when I go out to villages, guess what? They need places to live. They drink water. They eat food. Like nothing is different. They all have necessities. Everyone have needs. Everyone have bills. like I know a lot of Americans have this misconception, like, oh, I'm gonna go to a village and live for free. You still have bills. You still have things you need to buy. You still have to, even if you're not using cash, you may be bartering. You may use sweat equity. Like things cost something. Nothing is free in this world. And so don't think that there's some magical place where people are better. I know like the United States is really great at marketing their country, showing you a really nice snapshot saying like, oh, America, the American dream. It's a fucking nightmare. You talk to most Americans that are leaving from there, we're leaving because the places we're in are nightmares. It's expensive. Like I tell people here all the time when they be like, oh man, I want to go to the US. I'm like, Are you willing to pay $300 for a water bill or an electric bill every single month? If you're not willing to pay that, you shouldn't even waste your time going to the United States. Like, it's not cheap to live there. I know they market this thing like, oh, it's the best place in the world. Even when they show you Times Square, they don't show you nothing else around it. Go around a couple of blocks around it, like, it ain't that nice, it ain't that pretty. The White House, when you see pictures of the White House, like my buddy who used to work out there in DC, he used to tell me how like he was terrified, like it was so dangerous out there. I'm like, bro, you down the street from the White House. How's it dangerous? He's like, man, they sell crack across the street from the White House. So like, don't let this perception that medias are telling you like, oh, this place is better than this. This place is. It's not true. Most of the places that are being marketed to you saying this is the place you should be is most likely the place you shouldn't even be looking at. Like I tell most people here on the continent, guys, quit asking to join up. I am doing, this is money mindset study session. This isn't bullshit study session on live, guys. If you want to go bullshit, swipe up and down, go to another live session. This is not what that is. And so like I tell most Africans when I meet them, they be like, oh, I want to go to America. I want to go. I'm like, that's cool if you want to go to maybe temporarily work, or if you want to go to visit. But I'm like, if you really love nations and if you study economies, the United States is now on a decline, just like the UK, just like France, just like Spain, just like every other European nation. They're all declining. If for like I tell most Africans, like you need to be looking at Southeast Asia, look and see what's going on there. Go to China, go to Thailand, go to Vietnam, start buying clothes there. Like here in Zambia, I don't understand why people have not started building warehouses and factories here. Zambia has so much fabrics, and I would literally, what I'm planning on doing in a couple of years, to start just, I'm slowly just buying up industrial sewing machines to start doing factories here. So Sarah says she did a comparison between USA and South Africa and realized her life is way better than SA. Yes, completely. It's funny you say that, Sarah. My place that I was living in CBD in South Africa, even though everybody say CBD is the worst place in the world, I was living in luxury apartments. I was on the 17th floor, had a bachelor pad, $500 a month. Beautiful place. I had an overview of the city. I could see F&B Stadium. Anybody who came to my place, they always talked about how beautiful it was, and they didn't know that was there in CBD. Mind you, I stayed in better places in CBD. Just that those places I couldn't rent them out for long term, and I only paid $500 a month. That same place in New York City probably be 4 or 5,000 US dollars. Like for the view I had, for the space I had, like it was a beautiful place. Even here in Zambia, the house I'm in, it's an older house. It's not perfect. It has its problems, but I pay, I think right now, 212 US dollars a month. I can't even live on the street for that cheap in the United States. Even homeless people are spending that much money, more money than that every month. Like the things that are being shown to us, they're being shown to us to show us like to make us feel like we're missing something, like something's lacking. The same way with Americans, like they show us like as if Africa is just this rural, savage place. There's lions running around, and I'm like, I get here and I'm like, okay, this don't even make any damn sense. Africa's beautiful. Not only is it beautiful nature, the people are nice, it's peaceful, it's affordable. Like it's a very good place. The only thing Africa needs is entrepreneurs. That's it. Africa don't need anything else. Africans don't need any major corporations. They don't need any schools. They're some of the most educated people you're going to find in the world. All they need is entrepreneurs. That's it. So like they need people to come here that's going to actually have discretionary money, not coming here to fuck around, not coming here to bullshit in the clubs, drinking and all that. They do enough of that on their own. They don't need help with that. They need people who are coming to do business. Hey, how's it going, Tracy? As always, the content is great. Hopefully you got the MAC flight information and that you're eligible. I think I'm still eligible because I do have all of my PX benefits and everything because I'm 100% disabled through the military. But I have to see because, you know, it's not many American military bases on the continent. So I might have to wait until I go to Southeast Asia in 2 years, see if I can use some commissary privileges and some of those benefits there. But yeah, like the way the media and things portray us is to make us stay in a negative vibration. Because remember, all of this information I'm reading you, this isn't new. Every government has been set up around this information to use it at your benefit in a negative way. Every government, the whole school system is set up off of this stuff to psychologically set you up to become a slave for long term. This is why so many of our parents and grandparents keep telling us, go to school, get a good job, get a good education. And then how many people out here are nurses, engineers, chemists, other high end? I've met lawyers having to do delivery driving. Like, it's going to school is a waste of time. Entrepreneurs create jobs. Governments do not create jobs. Government create government employees. That's it. Those are the only jobs that governments create is for government employees. Entrepreneurs are the ones who actually create jobs in the marketplace. And there's hardly any country in the world that promotes entrepreneurship at the level that it should be promoted at. Like how I tell people here, all of these young kids in universities, even in the US, they're getting all of this college money coming in. And it's free money when they're because of the age they're at. And this is why they force us into college at very young ages, because they want us to make these stupid mistakes. We go into debt, or we go into an indentured servitude system. It's all the same thing. And then all of that money we could have been using that, been coming in through the semesters of college. If you would have did that for 4 or 5 years, putting it towards a business, you would have learned how to create a successful business. Instead, all of that money is being partied away, drunk away, and it's a waste of time. And then you're on this money, and afterwards, all you're doing is sitting here like, oh, I need to go find a job. I need to go find a job. When you could have created long-term generational wealth with just the money that was coming in from your school. But why don't they teach you that? Why don't your professors teach you that? These so-called smart professors that are supposed to equip you for life, and they're broke. They're in debt. I'm not trying to talk bad about teachers, but I'm being honest here. These people are broke. You do not see teachers who love their jobs. You don't see teachers who are not struggling financially. You don't see teachers who don't have some type of vice. Usually it's drinking. Like, we have to start realizing the system that we are in is set up to keep us the way we are. And there's nothing else about it. Like, we have to start reading these books for ourselves. We need to get out of the textbooks. Yeah, like I say, they're stressed out too. You can feel the vibration of people when they're stressed out. Like when I meet teachers and stuff, you can tell they hate their life. And sometimes they're honest with me and they'll tell me like, man, I made the worst decision in my life. And then the ones who are in there that really want to empower and change the system, when they start realizing the system does not want changing. The system is set up to be the way it is, and you either get in line with status quo or they're going to punish you. And so like, if you really want to be a teacher and be passionate about it, you might as well focus on getting rich first. You might as well focus on becoming financially free. And then no one can dangle a little check over you like, oh, you wanted your check today. You can go open your own damn school. You can start your own tutoring business. That'll be more helpful than what kids are getting in school. And that's how simple it is. But they're not teaching us. Remember, all of our school systems were put together by Rockefeller. Rockefeller used this information and they made the school system the way it is. School did not used to be like this. Like now we have all these child labor laws and things like this, and I'm like, kids need to be working. We like in America, in America we treat kids as if they're dumb. Oh, here's A, B, C. Like no, they don't need to learn that crap. Teaching them skills, teaching them like, hey, here's a something you can do to make you money. Like I saw a video of Chinese grade school kids. They was teaching them how to crochet, teaching them how to, lay mortar, teaching them how to do construction stuff, like at a small level. They wasn't doing stuff on a big construction scale, but they were using like construction toys and having the kids do the same thing as if they're working on a construction site. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Wynn? Like how empowering that is to those kids at a young age. They're seeing like, oh, this is how I lay the plaster. This is how I do the mortar. This is how I do the bricks. And this is what it's supposed to look like. That's putting it in their muscle memory at a very young age. And to where they get older, once they're in their teenage years, they go get a piece of land. This is how when the Chinese come here to the continent and other countries, how do you think they excel so much? It's not because they're smarter than us. They have more practical skills on how to survive the real world. The real world, like how many times are you going around 1 + 1 = 2? Well, the square root of pi is this. Like, who cares? You don't even need it. Like 99% of the stuff we learn in school and universities, we never applied to anywhere else in the world. I've learned more quantum physics studying psychology than actually reading a quantum physics book. Like, this stuff is crazy. I'll probably be back in Botswana come October, between October and December. I'll be back through that. I have to redo my permit to see if they'll let me in this time, and then I have some reusable sanitary pads that I've been getting made here that I'm going to be donating to some of the villages out in the Delta. So I will be back in Botswana. I've just been really getting settled down and getting the base set up here. And so let me get back to the reading. And then it says, I will persist until I succeed. The prizes of life are at the end of each journey, not near the beginning, and it is not given to me to know how many steps are necessary in order to reach my goal. Failure I may still encounter at the 1000th step, yet success hides behind the next bend in the road. Never will I know how close it lies unless I turn the corner. Always will I take another step. If that is of no avail, I will take another, and yet another. In truth, one step at a time is not too difficult. And this is how we have to focus on our goals. One step at a time. Quit worrying about finishing the goal and just worry about getting closer to it. One step at a time. Give you an example, like I've set a new weight loss goal for me. I don't like being this big. I don't like it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know the ladies like seeing me big. I don't like being big. So what I do every single day, I do 100 skips. Today after yesterday walking in the sun at the Lusaka Motor Show, I have no energy to really want to do my skips. I haven't done them yet. But guess what? After I finish this live, I'm gonna do my 100 skips. Like, it's one step at a time, one step at a time. You have to just focus on that one bit of action that you're doing. And yes, 100 skips is not a lot. But guess what? 100 skips over 365 days, it start compounding. You start getting the benefit of it. Then your body's gonna eventually start telling you, hey, do more, do more, do more. And so it's the same way no matter what your goal is. You just focus on getting one step at a time, one step at a time. And then when it's time for you to get and do more towards your goal, you're going to be physically able to do it. You're going to know what to do. You're going to already know how to do it. It's going to be divine intervention that's guiding you. And you just be like, I ain't that tired today. Let me do some more. And that's how it works. And if you don't believe me, just look back on any goal that you've accomplished and just look at it in reverse. Go through your memory, which is one of your higher faculties. Go through your memory and then start really seeing the things that you actually did to reach that goal. Once you start seeing it, you're going to first realize you had the thought of you doing it. Then you started getting emotionally involved into it and planting it into your subconscious mind. Then your body started moving one step closer to that goal, whatever action was needed. And then as you kept doing that action, things became easier. And then things became more second knowledge. I mean by second knowledge, meaning you didn't have to think more into it. You just knew, like, okay, this is the next 2, 3, 4, 5 steps I need to take. So let me go ahead and knock those out. And that's how it works. And so then he says, always will I take another step. If that is of no avail, I will take another and yet another. In truth, one step at a time is not too difficult. I will persist until I succeed. Henceforth, I will consider each day's effort as but one blow of my blade against a mighty oak. The first blow may cause not a tremor in the wood, nor the second, nor the third. Each blow of itself may be trifling and seem of no consequence, yet from childish swipes the oak will eventually tumble. So it will be with my efforts of today. Hey, how you doing, Emmanuel? Hey, how you doing, Boimo? And so what it's showing here is persistence is the enemy. Sarah, we're still reading The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. So here we go for YouTube, Greatest Salesman in the World, Og Mandino. And you can get this in SA, Botswana, Zambia, If you don't have money to get it, you can listen to it for free on YouTube. Just type in the greatest salesman in the world, and it actually come up. While I was actually out today, I had to go to the mall to run an errand. I was listening to it through my glasses. So like sometimes I don't want people to know I'm reading, so I just listen to it through my glasses and just listen through audiobooks. So don't make money an issue. Every book in this world that is about professional development, there's usually some type of audiobook on there for free on YouTube. YouTube is your best friend. And so what I was saying is persistence is the enemy to complacency. Like if you have problems being complacent, if you have problems really getting into action, you're not persistent. And so it means you just need to do something. Do something. The best way to build the muscle of persistence is give yourself a command and you do it right away. What I used to do to build my persistence up, I would give myself a command and I had it in my phone to go off like every 10 minutes. And what I did was stand up. Every 10 minutes, I would put an alarm on my phone to tell me to stand up. And I did that for like a month. Every 10 minutes, stand up, stand up, stand up. And what it's doing, you're slowly disciplining yourself to follow your commands. Most of us have been disciplined to follow the commands of other people. And yes, that's okay sometimes. But at the end of the day, other people cannot really understand where you want to be in life. What is your motivation for wanting to reach that goal? So you have to start using self-discipline. And this is another one of those things, school does not teach us this. And we got to start asking the question, why? Why are we not being taught these things? Because if you're self-disciplined, there's nothing that can stop you from reaching your goal. No one. The only thing that can stop you is death. If you dead, you've reached a higher goal. Like you're not even worried about these physical constraints in this mortal realm. So just make sure if you ever feel like you're complacent, you need to start practicing persistence. And that is the best way to do it and you don't have to do it every 10 minutes like me. I'm kind of crazy. I'm a very, very radical mindset. So when I do stuff, I go really to the deep end. But like even if you're giving yourself something to do every hour, but make it something very, very simple. And that's why I say like something as simple as standing up. Unless you're in a wheelchair or something, there's no excuse for you not to be able to stand up at least once every hour. Like there's no excuse. And you should be one to move your body. And so let's go forward. Okay, I'm sorry, I done that one. I will be likened to the raindrop which washes away the mountains, the ant who devours a tiger, the star which brightens the earth, the slave who builds a pyramid. I will build my castle one brick at a time, for I know that small attempts repeated will complete any undertaking. I will persist until I succeed. Hey, how you doing, Jerry? I will never consider defeat, and I will remove from my vocabulary such words and phrases as quit, cannot, unable, impossible, out of the question, improbable, failure, unworkable, hopeless, and retreat. For they are the words of fools. I will avoid despair, but if this disease of the mind should infect me, then I will work on in despair. I will toil and I will endure. I will ignore the obstacles at my feet and keep mine eyes on the goals above my head. For I know that where dry desert ends, green grass grows. Now, what he's saying there is, and this is what school taught us. School has taught us to put in vocabulary words that do not exist. These words don't exist in the real world. There's no such thing as being unsuccessful. People who are unsuccessful are actually successful at doing the exact opposite of what they want to achieve. Like growing up, my uncles, they were very successful at doing drugs. They knew how to reach it when they wanted. They were thinking about it everywhere. But actually, let me break that down. That is a perfect example to show you how powerful the mind is and how even when people are doing negative things, being successful, but also they're using this mind science. So growing up, I grew up with my uncles. They were on drugs. They were doing crack, heroin. Every single waking day, their whole mindset was, their whole conscious mind, what their senses was focused on getting that drug to increase that high, to get that pleasure. So they were talking to themselves all the time, like, oh man, I need to get there. You know, if you've ever been around drug addicts, you know the behavior, like they're everything they're doing is in response, in a vibrational response to wanting to get that drug, that substance. So they were emotionally involved in it. They were putting it in their subconscious mind that they have to get it. Now, remind you, these are people that are not working. So they would get creative to get it. Sometimes it was stealing. Sometimes it was robbing people. Sometimes it was punning stuff. Sometimes it's washing cars. It was so many different things that they were willing to do to get that drug. And their body was going into action to get it. Even though they could be dope sick. If you're not familiar with dope sick, that's where they're like shaking, sweating. It looks really horrible. But their body would be able to go into action to go get that drug once they had enough money to get that hit. Like, they were successful at being drug addicts. Like, there's no such thing as being unsuccessful. There's no such thing as you cannot do something. You can do everything that you want to do in the world. Now, don't go into la la land talking about, oh, if I jump off a cliff, I can't fly. That's just being silly. Like, we have to grow up and we have to stay on the mature vibration of you can reach your goals. If you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. If you want to be a millionaire, you can be a millionaire. If you want to own a car, you can own a car. If you want your own home, you can own your own home. There's ways to do every single thing that you actually want to reach. Nobody wants to jump off a cliff and fucking fly. So like, that's why, like, I don't even deal with that type of nonsense. No one wants to do that. And if you do want to do that, people are going to let you know you're suicidal. And if you do, you're telling me right now that you want to do something silly like that, you need to get off of TikTok and go seek medical professional help right now. So like, that's a level of mental illness. I'm not talking about that. And I'm not even going to go into that discussion. But like, everything that you want to do, you can do. And this is what school is telling us, that we can't do stuff. Like, the other thing where school messed us up is school messed us up telling us that we're cheating. You working with a partner, working with a friend, you should, if let's, like I said before, if let's say I see Diana's on here. If Diana is smarter at baking or knows how to bake better than I do, but I want to open up a bakery and she wants to open up a bakery, you know what would be smarter for me to do? Invest into her getting a bakery and just get a percentage as an investor. It would make no sense for me trying to catch up on her knowledge skills where I could just work with her. Because we've been taught like that is cheating. Like, if you're in school and you're in math class and you're not good at math but you're good at English, so you're cheating. You're looking at your neighbor's papers to see like, hey, how are you working that problem? You're a cheater. You're a bad person. You're horrible. No, you're using group economics. We should be working together at all times. We should always be using group economics, coming together. Just remember, 100% of nothing is going to always get you nothing, but 1% of a lot is going to get you a lot. Like, that has taught us a lot of scarcity and lack when it comes to being able to create finances and generational wealth. And a lot of people don't talk about this. And I'm not saying I'm anti-school. I'm just saying, if there's better ways to do stuff, especially when it comes to making money, we need to throw all the bullshit from school away and relearn. And it goes into one of my favorite quotes: the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write. It'll be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. We're in a place right now. Hey, Maurice, how you doing, brother? We're in a place in the world right now. We must start to unlearn everything we've been taught. 99.9% of the things we've been taught is a lie. It has been to keep us generationally down, generationally poor. It is to stop us. This is why you only see certain communities that do not have cash flow. This is why you see certain communities that support majority of the world, and yet they're supposed to be the poorest communities in the world. All of this is by design. Like, it's time for us to relearn how we're doing stuff. And I know it's going to be going against what your parents say. I know it's going to be going against what your grandparents say. I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying they're operating off of information that is unfactual. It is incorrect. And we can't be keeping respect, letting respect hold us back from letting people know, like, hey, I respect you, but don't talk to me about money. Don't talk to me about how to invest. Don't talk to me about how to do my future. You have not shown me a viable path. Like, I remember I had to tell people in my family, I was like, look, you broke, dude. Don't talk to me about what I'm doing. When people were laughing at me when I was saving money in a bucket and I taped it up so much to where that way I wouldn't go through my urges and dig in, people laughed at me, thought I was silly. But when they saw how much money I had at the end of the year from saving and I went on a cruise with it, then they was like, oh, can you teach me that? Can you show me that? Sometimes you're going to have to be teaching your older generations. You're going to have to be teaching your elders. And I know this is going to be hard for my African brothers and sisters, but age does not mean wisdom. There are a lot of old fools out here. I could go to Granddaddy's or Black right now, and I'm gonna see a lot of old ass fools there chasing young chicks. Just stupid, throwing away generational wealth every single night just because it's a weekend. What the hell is a weekend? Weekend don't mean nothing. And once you start getting financially free, guess what? You don't even want to be out on the weekends because you have every single day to do whatever the hell you want to do. And how would that feel for you? Hey, Adita, how you doing? How you doing? But let me finish on. This is a very short chat. Also, this is a very short book. There's no excuse no one can't read this book. The audio book is an hour long. If you want to shorten that, put it on 1.5, 1.25 to 1.5. I listen to books at two speed, so twice the speed. I don't recommend it because it will mess with your speech patterns. So like for me now, I focus a lot on speaking slow, but I used to speak really, really, really fast because I would listen to everything at 2.0. And the reason why I do that is it's a subconscious way of stopping your conscious mind from focusing on too many things outside of what you're listening to. Just a little inside hint there. Then he says, I will remember the ancient law of averages, and I will bend it to my good. I will persist with knowledge that each failure to sell will increase my chance for success at the next attempt. Each nay I hear will bring me closer to the sound of yea. Each frown I meet only prepares me for the smile to come. Each misfortune I encounter will carry in it the seed of tomorrow's good luck. I must have the night to appreciate the day. I must fail often to succeed only once. I will persist until I succeed. I will try and try and try again. Each obstacle I will consider as mere detour to my goal and a challenge to my profession. I will persist and develop my skills as the mariner develops his, by learning to ride out the wrath of each storm. I will persist until I succeed. Yadidi, this is The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. Hey, FK, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, Chaney, how you doing? I'm sorry I didn't call you the other day. I'm gonna call you tonight, okay? Just let me know what's a good time for you. I'm still working on the financial stuff, Chaney. I was actually finished. It took me 2 days to get everything done on ChatGPT, and then something happened where a part of my computer crashed, and so it messed up all the files. So I'm going to get that stuff to you. And then it says, nor will I allow yesterday's success to lull me into today's complacency. For this is the great foundation of failure. I will forget the happenings of the day that is gone, whether they were good or bad, and greet the new sun with confidence that this will be the best day of my life. So long as there is breath in me, that long will I persist. For now I know one of the greatest principles of success. If I persist long enough, I will win. And what this is doing, when he's saying, if you understand that each day you have breath and you're persisting, you keep going, you're trying, you're using quantum physics. What you're doing is you're using the observer effect. If you understand quantum physics is when the new electrons or whatever, when they shoot it through gold, it usually goes 50-50 left or right, up or down, depending on how they're shooting it through the particle reactor. Once you start observing it, something happens as if that particle understands you're looking at it. It no longer works on a 50-50 basis. It starts changing. It now becomes something more sporadic. However, us as human beings, our bodies are quantum machines. These bodies are quantum machines. The Creator gave us these machines to co-create our lives. Our destiny is in our hands. That is what free will is. Free will means we have the ability to use the observer effect on ourselves, and we can start shooting enough particles to the goal that we want. And we use the observer effect by focusing our higher faculties and also focusing our willpower. Our willpower is seeing our future self in action, meaning you need to be imagining what are you doing. You need to be taking action also. That's why I say you must learn the 80-20 principle or the Pareto principle. 20% of your activities are going to reach 80% of your goals. So many people, every time, when I talk about goals with them, they're like, oh, but I don't have money. You don't need money. When it's time for you to need money, the money will come. So many people focus on the money first, and it's like, who cares about the money? You can daydream for free. You can go research for free. You can go test drive for free. You can go look at videos on YouTube for free. You can scroll TikTok for free. You have the ability to control what you consume, what you're watching. Because we're not taking advantage of that little 20% thing, why is the money ever going to show up? Like, we have to start understanding this. You have to start using your higher faculties first. Watch children. Children teach us how to live properly. The problem with children is us as adults, we corrupt them. We're the ones that hold children back. We're the ones that make children no longer believe in themselves. And sometimes we use a lot of fear and pain to instill that in them. And then they go into a vibratory effect of being negative. And so then they no longer believe that they can do something that they want to do. First thing you see a kid do when they look at just anything, hey, good morning, coconut, their mind starts imagining. That's how you can give a kid a piece of paper and now they see an airplane, they see a car, they see a spaceship. You give them some colors, you draw something that looks like nothing, and they can tell you a whole layout of what that is. Children are our teachers. We need to be learning more from children than we do from adults. And it's sad to say this because most adults are negative Nancy's. Most adults are pessimistic. Most adults, because they're not even understanding how to reach their goals, they don't want to see you reach your goal. Most people do not want to see other people successful. Like when I first left the U.S., how many people were like, oh, that must be nice. Oh, you'll be back in 5 years. I'm 10 years out now. It's going to come to the point to where in the next 10 years, I would have lived more of my adult life outside of the United States than in the United States as an adult. Not counting my childhood. I'm just talking about it as an adult. 18 years old, I went to the military, first duty station, South Korea, went back to Texas and Fort Hood, got sent to Iraq. Then after Iraq, I stayed in the U.S. for maybe 6-7 years. Then I moved back overseas. And I've been overseas for 10 years successfully now without returning. And everybody told me that I couldn't do it. And they were right about something. They didn't know how to do it, but they didn't know how I could. Hey, how you doing, Santorini? And so you have to start understanding don't confide in everybody with your dreams and goals, especially with people who do not reach their dreams and goals. If it's someone who is sitting gossiping all day, don't waste your time. If it's somebody who's sitting drinking all day, don't waste your time. If it's someone who's just sitting on the porch all day, don't waste your time. You want to know one of the best ways to find people that you should talk to about your dreams and goals? Ask them what was the last book you read and when did you read it? Someone who does not read does not think. And this is the biggest problem with the world. About 75% of people do not think, and I'm aiming very low there, just to be nice. And what I mean by that is most of us use recall. Recall is a part of the mind, and what it is you're recalling memories, and you're living in the past, or most people are recalling future dreams that they had, and they're trying to live in the future. This is why you have so many people who are probably on year 20 to 30 that are still having the same damn New Year's resolution of I want to lose weight or I want to get rich. I guarantee once come December, January come, you're going to see all these people. This is going to be my year to be a millionaire. This is going to be my billionaire year. And they're just lying. And you want to know how I know? They haven't done shit up to January to lead into becoming a millionaire or billionaire. Oh, thank you for that gift. I appreciate that. They have not done shit. The things that I do now, I'm sowing the seeds now to reap them next year. You can't just be like, oh, it's January. What the hell is January? That's a man-made month. All that stuff is fake. You don't know what day it is. You don't know what month it is. Today is supposed to be August 31st. How do we know that? We don't. Somebody told us this. We don't know what day it is. So like all of that stuff doesn't make sense. All you know is today the sun came up. Today I have breath in my lungs. I need to be taking action towards my goal. And that's how we have to focus on our goals. Every single day you have breath, you wake up, you need to just say, hey man, I'm grateful, even if it's a shitty day. Like all this whole winter, every single day of winter was shitty for me. Every single day was shitty. The people here in Zambia who know me, they saw me grunting, they saw me hurting, they saw me in physical pain. Like my body can't handle the winter. Hey, you came to our stand at the motor show. You saw the. Hey, C-Bone Gilly, how you doing? How you doing, man? Man, these Chinese trucks were nice. I have to admit, the Lusaka Motor Show was really nice, man. Seeing those Chinese vehicles, I got to go to China and start meeting some contacts there. So I'm gonna go in 2 years. But yeah, like I was saying, every single day of winter was horrible for me. So like if you don't know, I have a spinal fusion. My spine is fused together in my S1, S2, L4, L5. That's a big mouthful just to say my lower back is fused. It does not move. So what happens with those 10 screws, whenever it gets cold, the screws freeze up. And what I mean by freeze up, they get so cold and then they, yeah, I'm gonna try to come through next week. Next week I'm gonna try to come through there. 'Cause I definitely want to do some videos and help promote the company too. Because especially as more Americans and stuff are coming here, to let them know, hey, where can you get cars and things of that nature? Because I was really impressed in those Chinese vehicles. But yeah, when the screws get cold, it actually hurts. Like not only do the spine itself hurts, the muscles connecting my spine lock up. And so when it locks up, it messes up every function of my body. Able to urinate, use the bathroom, my sciatic nerve messes up. It's hard for me to move. I can't bend over. Like everything sucked. I put on like 15, 20 pounds for the winter just because I wasn't physically able to move. Now, what that taught me, and that was a very, very detrimental, hey, I think we all can agree, like, okay, being in that much physical pain, you're not able to move and stuff, like, okay, that's a setback. But what it did, it planted the seed that, okay, it's time for me to leave. Next winter, I have to leave the country. Next winter, I have to go somewhere else. So if that's going to Tanzania for 3 months, if it's just doing the nomad life for 3 months and then come back, but like I have to leave for winter. You see, like I'm not just living in it to where it's like, oh man, I got to deal with this every day. No, I'm gonna go into action. That obstacle was to give me a hurdle of, okay, this is the time you need to go back into your nomad lifestyle, and you just start doing a little bit of travel, seeing more of the continent, seeing what other people are living like and what life is like there. I might just try to make my way into Sudan, and start doing my thing, which I want to start hunting for pyramids. Most people don't know there's more undocumented pyramids in Sudan than anywhere else in the world so far, minus maybe in the Amazon, because you can't reach it. But like, you see, like you have to start turning even a negative into a positive. It is so easy to stay in a positive, but you can't. It's quite painful having them rebuild limbs. Yes, yes. Most people don't know that. Like, and most people, because I don't like to complain about my pain. It just is what it is for me. It's like, hey, it was a sacrifice that I made to get where I am today. It got me a pension. I retired before 50, which was my main goals. If I could redo it again, I would have been a lot more precise on how I wanted my retirement before 50 to look. But I was just like, hey, I told the universe, I don't want to work towards 50. So I ended up retiring at about 28. And so, it's just the cost. It was the sacrifice to get where I am. I think I missed a question. Let me see. I missed something. True, I became demotivated after sharing a dream with a friend. Yeah, Sarah, you got to be careful. I like to consider myself, I'm a professional cheerleader. If somebody comes to me with, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, hey, go for it, man. Like, if they're not sure, they're like, hey, but I don't know about this or that, then I tell them, like, hey, okay, let's do a T-chart. Let's outweigh the good and the bad. Or we can do the T-chart with the X. And what I mean by the X is every time we say something negative about it, hey, how you doing, Joe? Every time we say something negative about it, then we say, okay, let's go to another ideal of something positive. Like we have to start training and disciplining our mind to actually stay in the positive spectrum when it comes to our goals. Yes, there's things that's going to come. Like I'll give you an example. I want to build 100 tiny homes here in Zambia, throughout the country. Is it going to be expensive? Yes. Is there going to be things involved? Yes. But are there not tiny homes being built here every day? They're called bed sitters. Are there not homes, big homes being built here every day? Yes. Like you have to focus on the positive. You can look at the negative, but don't spend too much time there. I wouldn't spend any longer than 3 seconds focusing on the negative. Once you acknowledge the negative, say, okay, one of the best ways to do it is do a pattern block. Usually do the pattern block by making some kind of weird, crazy noise, sticking your tongue out, things of that nature. Like what I do when I start doing too much negativity, I have a pattern block. I do a tongue protrusion. I stick my tongue out to stop talking. And it's a way that I program myself, okay, you're going too far. Now let's switch up the way I'm thinking. And so you do have to start putting things in place. You may need to put a safe word in place between you and your partner. Because sometimes our partners don't share the same dream as us. And it's because we're not growing together and evenly yoked all the time. So one of the things that I used to do with CC was we had safe words that we used. It was words that was only used for certain situations. It was to deprogram us, put us in neutral to where we'll start listening to each other and not judging each other. We're all judgmental creatures. Like there's nothing wrong with being judgmental. There's a good time and place for it, but there's a time and a place where you need to actually just listen and be supportive too. And so that's something that I really, really try to focus on a lot. Is like if someone comes to me, instead of telling them they can't do it, like, hey, do it, man. What's the worst that can happen? And usually once you figure out what's the worst that can happen, you start saying, oh, that ain't that bad. Even if that happened, I could still survive and make it. So really, really look at it that way. If you're reading, if you are reading along with The Greatest Salesman in the World, let me know how you're liking this book. I would recommend this for every book that I'm showing you. Read it at least 10 times. Every time you read the book again, you're reading it as a different person. As your mind is stretching and you start putting more knowledge, especially when it comes to financial literacy in your head, you start getting different downloads or thoughts as you're reading, even reading the same sentence. I used to have a book holder because I used to just read one page or one paragraph, sometimes one sentence for like 60 to 90 days. And that one sentence would teach me so much by the time I finish. I'm actually going to buy a new book holder. I think I'm going to order it from China. But like that's how simple it is. The more you read something over and over and over again, you're not reading it as the same person. Every day you wake up, you are a new individual. You have consumed information. It just depends on if it was information for your benefit to grow or information to stop you from growing. But the beautiful thing about having a willpower and just being a human, we get to choose what we want to consume. Like this said in here, you're not an animal. You're a lion. You're a king. You're a queen. Like that doesn't mean, black power. I'm talking about literally. You're a child of the creator. You are a co-creator. Co-create your life. Like start praying correctly. Start telling the creator, your God, whatever you believe in, what do you want? Don't go whining about, oh, I don't have enough money for this. Oh, I ain't got this. Oh, you don't want to hear somebody say that. So what makes you think your creator wants to hear you say that? That's not praying. Getting on your knees. Oh, I'm meek like a worm. Like all of this nonsense. Some of these religious places tell you, but then they're telling you to, hey, make sure you put a donation in the plate. No, you shouldn't be putting a donation in the plate. What are they doing to help you gain yourself financially? Like, that's why the only religious person I listen to is Reverend Ike. And he's been passed away for almost 20 years now, and he still guides me when it comes to money. Like, start realizing if people are not fulfilling you and benefiting you and filling you up with stuff that's going to help you become a better person, cut them out of your life. You don't owe anybody anything in this world. I'm pretty much I'm a very isolated person, even when it's to my detriment. Like when I start seeing people are negative or stuff like this, or give you an example, like I had met a guy in one of the grocery stores here. Cool guy, nothing wrong with him. Yeah, I gave him my number, and then he hit me up, and then he called me, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm busy right now. Just text me what you need, because sitting on the phone talking to someone for hours, and I don't know where your mindset is, that's a waste of my time. That is a waste of my time and energy, and I don't have time listening to negativity, because like I have my goals that I'm focused on." And so then he texted me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got a business plan, blah blah blah." I was like, "Okay, shoot me the business proposal. If it's a valid business proposal, I'm gonna look into it." I don't turn down money. I don't care if it's one kwacha, 1 rand, $1, one way. I don't turn down money. I am open to earn money from every single source. Jason's motto is multiple streams of income, baby. Like, I want money. I love money. The more money I have and I make, the more I can help other people. The more I can buy buy and produce these reusable sanitary pads, to where maybe one day I can have a whole country, in the villages, where the girls don't have to be using damn socks and stuff. Like, that is how I operate. And so then he sent me the thing, and all he sent me was, "Oh, there's an auction on this day. They have these things." And I'm like, I didn't even text him back. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's a waste of my time reading this. You are not ready to be partnering and doing business with someone. He didn't have a return of interest. He didn't have what is the products to get, what is the potential cost of the products. What do you mean God does everything for us? He's always here for us, so why we can't be here for him? What are you talking about? Bree, what are you talking about? That don't even make any sense. Why would you be here for God? God is the creator. What can you do for God? Re- Type that correct. Maybe you mistyped it, but type it again. 'Cause I don't understand what you're talking about. That don't make any sense. But let me know because it's not making sense to me. Or if someone can make it make sense for me, because I'm not understanding it the way you wrote it. But like, a business plan have things in it. Like, so there's a school out here, Lusaka Business Trades, or Lusaka Trades, Business and Technical School. They have a restaurant that's free right now. I went in, I put in a business plan. I gave them a 5-year business plan. I showed them potential profits. I showed them how many people that I would be hiring. I also showed them mock-ups of the food. I showed them mock-ups of the uniform to show things will be in a professional way. I showed them mock-ups of the containers that I will be using. And then I also showed them how it will be benefiting the school also by selling certain types of lunches and breakfasts and dinners for the schools, having affordable meal plans for the students, to where now a student don't have to be focused on, "Oh man, well, I'll be able to eat today." They can focus all their energy on school. So I showed them too how historical numbers show with plant-based diets, just at a moderate level, introduced to college students, how it helped increase their grade point averages. That is a business plan. Do you see how, like, I showed not only is it going to benefit me, but how it's going to benefit the school also? That is a business plan. That is someone who is doing their due diligence, that is ready to invest and open up a restaurant. Because you said don't put money in the spirit plate. I said don't put money into plates that are not fulfilling your pockets also. There are too many people that are using religion to keep people enslaved. And what they're doing, they're stealing from you. Anybody can go and read the Bible. Like, here's the catch. And it's just being real. And I'm just use Christianity because I was born into Christianity. They teach them to preach a certain way. They teach them to speak a certain way. They teach them the cadence. So the cadence that they speak in is a cadence to open up your subconscious mind and to instill whatever they want to put in there. And then they reinforce it. Oh, like, read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Read this book right here, and then you will understand where I'm coming from. And this is written by a Christian preacher. Dr. Joseph Murphy is a Christian preacher, and this is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. He ran his own churches. He has a whole lot of books. Read up on him. A preacher that is just telling you to take money, any church entity that's just telling you to give money, and you are not seeing a return in your pockets, They are not doing you justice. The only time in the Bible that Jesus cursed was at the fig tree that could not produce fruit. Something that is not bearing fruit is not of use. If you're going to church and you're in the same position over and over and over again, you're not bearing fruit. They're not planting the correct seeds in your mind. You're not reaping the benefits from that event. I'm not saying stop going to church. I'm just saying maybe you need to start reading the book on your own. Of the chapter of Revelation, which was written in the 1980s, by the way, there are so many chapters in the Bible that teaches you about how to control your mind. Most of the Bible is actually mind science. Most of the Bible is telling you how to control your mind, how to be a co-creator, how to speak properly to God. Getting on your knees, bending down, going to God with all your problems is never going to solve anything. You can only pray through positive, present moment. This is something they don't teach in a lot of churches. There's very few churches that understand that because most preachers don't even know the Bible. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to offend anyone that's Christian, but I'm at a point now in my life where I am taking this serious about really doing my digital marketing on financial literacy and financial freedom. Someone has to stand up for the people who has no one to speak for them. And this is ridiculous now. We're in a state of the world now where we have AI, we have all of these things at our fingertips. About 90% of the people walking around modern earth, I'm not talking about remote villages or remote tribes, we have smartphones. And yet we are not even able to just take 1 second to say, hey Google. You don't even have to type it anymore. Hey Google, hey Siri, how do I find extra money? What is going on? Oh shit, sorry. See, Google was just popping up and just writing it. But like, we're at this place in the world where people are not even teaching us something as simple as that. But yet people are telling us to go out and have fun. We worked hard. We haven't worked hard enough. Like, we have to become free. Aren't we all tired of being slaves? Like, serious, that's a serious question here. Aren't we tired of being slaves? Slave to debt. Slave to people that we owe money to. Slave to businesses we owe money to. Slave to a broke bank account. Slave to not being able to just have fun and do the things that we really want to do. Slave to not being able to travel. Like, we have to be sick and tired of this shit. Like, nothing is going to change outside if we don't change inside us. As above is below. That means until we start changing what is inside of us, how we're vibrating, nothing in our life is going to change. And the Bible teaches us that. However, most of us do not read the Bible. And I'm a person that went to a lot of churches. I grew up in a lot of churches. My grandmother was really big in the church. Wednesday Bible school, going there Sunday mornings, there for 12 hours some days. Little camps, doing lock-ins. Talking about these things. But they wanted to talk about burning in purgatory. The camel, it's easier for a camel to go through a needle than a rich man to enter the gates of heaven. Like, but what does that really mean? Like, what that's saying is it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter into the gates of heaven. It's not saying being rich is bad. It's saying a person who loves money more than people is going against the rules of God, the Creator. Money is a tool. Money is our servant. Money is supposed to magnify who we are on the inside. If I get $10 million tomorrow, that doesn't make me better than any of you. If I get $20 billion tomorrow, that doesn't make me better than you. It means I'm doing something different than you, but it doesn't make me better than you. Because at the end of the day, we all bleed. We all gonna end up leaving and transitioning, going back to our Creator and start creating with Him at that level. Like, nothing changes. But like, how many people now, they're in such a negative vibration. Like, if just $10 came into their hands, they wouldn't even know what to do with it. They'll go smoke it away or go drink it away, eat it away. You know what's funny? Funny story. Just the other day, my brother Maurice here on YouTube, he had told me that I got paid. Because, his family's military too. I didn't even know. I don't keep track of days anymore. And I was like, oh shit, it's the weekend. It's a payday on the weekend. I was like, man, I need to hurry up and go get money out of ATMs before the ATMs get empty because here in Zambia, the ATMs get empty usually on the weekend. But before that, I didn't know. And like back in the day when I used to get paid, you know what I'd be doing? I'm gonna go eat out. I'm gonna go buy something. I need to flex. I need to be suited and booted. You know what I did? I set my ass in the house. I did my skips. I've been eating my salad. I've been working on Chat GPT, getting some stuff together. Like, I'm not controlled by money anymore. I'm not a servant to money. That doesn't mean I don't love money. I love money. I love being able to travel. I love being able to be a provider. I love being able to support where I can. I love doing those things. I want to do it on a grander level. I love being able to buy these reusable sanitary pads to donate to villages. Funny story, the lady who makes those pads for me, she was in school this last month because she's advancing her degree. But she didn't have the money to pay for her semester. And so when my girlfriend called me, she was like, yeah, she's kind of stressed. I was like, hey, why she stressed? I'm like, you at school. I was like, hey, just tell her, like, I'll send her the money for the school. Make me some extra pads. Like, you have a service that I could use, and I have the money that I'm not using right now, so let's exchange here. So, like, if I didn't have money, I couldn't be able to do that. Not only did I'm bringing something more in to help people that don't even know me and maybe even never meet me, but also I got to help support somebody to make sure they could stay in school for another semester. That feels great. That feels amazing. Like, I'm blessed to do that. That is what money is for. Money is to magnify who you are on the inside. Like, money isn't for Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all of that. So like Maurice says on YouTube, he says, I'm tired. That's why we made the decision to relocate to Zambia. Like, we're all going through the same thing, man. Like, we have to start discovering and searching for our freedom and happiness. It's not coming to us. If you ever watch that movie, Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. No, you better walk your ass to it and find them. Like, now I'm at a place where I'm so hungry for success at such a higher level. And remember, the definition of success is the realization of a worthy ideal. IDEAL. That's a thought that you are in love with, you're in harmony with, you're vibrating with. I want to be such a big key figure here on the continent of Africa. I have plans and goals that are probably going to supersede anything that I could ever probably do. But if I can just do 1% of those goals, it'll change and help so many people's lives. Like, I'm getting ready to start clearing the land out in Chasefu. Start building houses out there. The first tiny homes. I'm going to start clearing my land that's in Westwood. Start building the shops, getting my warehouse shop and everything together. Then next year I'm going to start building my personal home. And then build my mom's home. And, start laying out that piece of land of how I want to do it. Like, and then after that, I'm going to start building on the other plots I have over there, the tiny home communities I want to put together, little subdivisions. Those are dreams and goals that I have. Like, you have to take action and you have to believe in yourself, even when it's crazy. Even though I am not a real estate developer, I've never done it before, but you know what? I'm finna go all in. I'm going to make mistakes. And I'm going to learn along the way. You don't just wake up and become a doctor or lawyer. You make mistakes. You may fail some classes. You may repeat some classes. Everything you do, truck drivers, me being an analyst in the military, I didn't just know that stuff right away. I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning before I started becoming better. And the key is becoming better. And so I just want to end it there. And let me just, for anybody who just came on, today's study session was from, what just happened? What just happened? Why are you messing up? What are you talking about? Hold on 1 second, YouTube. This is so weird. TikTok tripping. What is this? Okay, am I back? Okay, I'm back. YouTube, man, TikTok trying to kick me out. See, they don't want y'all to know this information. If I go on here going live about some nonsense, TikTok don't bother me all day long. They talk about I'm inactive and I'm sitting here talking to you about this. So that's a perfect place to us to end this study session. I will catch you tomorrow. And if you just got on, we are doing the greatest salesman in the world, Og Mandino, for YouTube, greatest salesman in the world, Agmendino. Tomorrow we will be doing scroll 4, which is another great scroll. All of this stuff is great. Also, what I'm actually working on too, like this is a great book, but yes, it is written in a language that may not be, it may be a little outdated for some people. And so I'm actually rewriting the book right now, loosely based off of this, and it's off my life. And it's redoing the scrolls and just showing you a different way. And it's going to become another MSI. What I'm going to do for my family here on YouTube and TikTok, once I first get that finished, I'm going to give out like 20 copies of the ebook of that. Once I have all the graphics and everything ready, you all will be the first ones to get to test it out. And then probably after that, I'll be having it on my own little landing page. Whew. Man, I've been rusty in marketing. I have my landing page together, and it'll be available for sale for probably like 99 cents or something. Just something simple. But thank you for hopping on, especially on this Sunday. I know it's a lot of people's Sabbath. I appreciate each and every last one of you for hopping on here. And I just really hope this information is helping you out. Like, this is something that will really change your life. If you're in Zambia, make sure. Hey, how you been doing, brother? Man, I ain't seen you in a long time on here. Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. If you're in Zambia, I am finna be. Oh man, yo, that texting came out. I'm sorry. Finna. If you're in Zambia, I will be eventually. I will be setting up the consultation. Bro, as soon as I'm back in Botswana, you'll be one of the first people I hit up, man. I promise you. I have not forgotten. I appreciate you making that for me, man. It's just been getting settled down, man. But as soon as I get back, I'll let you know. But I'm going to be starting getting together the professional development company where I'll be doing the consultation. I'm going to eventually start having meetups to where you can be learning and taking notes in person, and also share your stories as you're going through this. Because we all need to start sharing our stories and let other people know, like, look, if I can do it, you can do it too. And also, I will be getting together with businesses soon to start helping with their culture and also utilizing the same information on how businesses can start making more money also. If you work for Zambia Airways, definitely hit me up because I already have a business plan put together for Zambia Airways that'll increase their revenue potential by 20% quarterly. And so this is stuff I've been working on, man. Like, this is the stuff I've been doing. And so I hope this show you, like, look, always take action. It's not about money. Take action. Find the 20% activity of what you can do that can help you reach your goal. And so enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will catch you tomorrow. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how. All right, TikTok, I'm going to close y'all out last, close YouTube.